Oatman, Arizona is named after Olive Oatman, a woman who was traveling with her family in 1851 when Indians attacked them near the spot and the family was murdered. Her and her sister lived, were assimilated into an Indian tribe and then another tribe before they were finally rescued. She is the first white woman ever known to be tattooed by Native American artwork. Seems like this little town would be a good spot for a tattoo parlor.
I don't have food. I'm sorry. No, that's my purse. They don't sell carrots anymore.
We'll go up there and pet him.
Hey, buddy.
See if he'll bite you or kick you or something. Turn around.
He doesn't like me.
Well, doesn't surprise me, but these donkeys are wild animals. They're not props in the town. They come down from the hills. They love tourists and like being fed by the tourists, especially carrots, which you can buy there in the town and feed to them. But if you act like you ran out of carrots and you didn't, they're not beyond biting you, so be careful. This old hotel claims to be the honeymoon spot for Clark Gable and Carol Lombard. Historians say, It supposedly has a ghost named Odie that lives upstairs. I've been up there before. No electricity, very dirty. In 2010, they were working on renovations. 2014, it's the biggest tourist trap you ever saw. Here's that Clark Gable, Carol Lombard honeymoon suite that the historians say is all made up. Now it's behind glass.
Lorenzo survived and never lost hope that his sisters were alive. With Lorenzo's help, Olive's re-entry into white society was made.
That's funny though.
I know.
They are all assholes.
Maybe 2 jumps.
We stopped here because Jan and I and another couple had just come off of the hunt at the Grand Canyon Caverns. And when we came out of Kingman, we came down the Oatman Highway, Highway 10, which is the back way into Oatman. If you ever want to get to Oatman and you're coming from Kingman, take that route. It's beautiful. Just no trailered vehicles. Sidgreaves Pass is very narrow. And they got this restaurant open. This wasn't open before either. They've expanded. It just used to be the bar here. It's been several years since we were up here. They've also got the honeymoon suite open up.
Yeah, I got a couple bad habits.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. Hey, being perfect is overrated.
Hey, there ain't no such thing as perfect.
Exactly.
I just feel like,
Look, little cactuses made out of glass. Those are really pretty if you got a light behind them.
Well, with my friends mingling with the locals, it didn't take very long for the word to get around that we were paranormal investigators and that we had just come off of a hunt. It took even less time for one of the local shop owners to approach me. I don't have my assist with me, so I can't film too far here. This is a clothing store, and he's having an issue with the clothes being either on the floor or strewn about when he opens the shop in the morning. There's been no one in here at night. This is the only room where it happens in?
yes.
Okay. Typically, where are the clothes? They come off of the back wall here?
This right here.
This rack right here?
This.
On top?
Yep.
They're thrown from on top onto the floor? You know, if it happened a lot, I mean, you know, it'd be nice to set up some equipment in here and see if we could capture it.
Let me talk to my boss about that.
Sure, you know, I mean, the thing is that rolly a little bit. As you just heard, I did point out to him that that rack was on rollers. A little inadvertent bump and stuff could slide off. Yeah, I don't see anything showing up in the infrared that would trip me out at all. But it's an interesting story. So somebody else owns this building? You say you have a boss that...
Yeah, but I would have to talk to him.
Unfortunately, we got busy and never made it back. My apologies if he's watching. On the way back to Las Vegas and out in the middle of the Arizona desert someplace, I have no idea where we were at. Our paranormal friends Gene and Laura that had assisted us at the hunt at the Grand Canyon Caverns wanted us to stop at a place out here in the Arizona desert where there's some anomaly that occurs where as you're walking downhill, you will feel a force pushing against your chest, keeping you from falling forward. People attribute this experience to ancient Indian spirits that were resigned to guard this area against any misfortune. I hope it's not the spirits of the same ones that tattooed Olive Oatman. I don't want to walk out of here with tattoos all over my face. I wanted to stop during the day on our way out to the hunt, but then came the caveat. You can't come to this area unless it's dark. Well, that right there is a paranormal red flag. All right.
So 5 feet though, apart.
Well, I'm 5 feet. You're 5. You're way out there 20 feet.
I know, but I gotta go past the bush.
Okay, scoot over a little.
So I either gotta go down or I gotta go past the bush.
Here, I'm all the way to this bush, so we can move over to the right more.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, how's this?
All right.
It's good?
I'm happy.
Sweet.
All right.
Yep. I do feel it. I do feel it. On my, like in my chest, like around my heart.
No,
You guys feel it at all?
it's cool. I'll tell you that.
Can you feel it?
No? I'll tell you one thing though, if you were to walk,
I feel like we're climbing the hill.
that's the thing, is
What?
that, see this? There's a slope. And if you were to walk that way, you're going to feel like you're being pushed because of gravity because you're going downhill.
Climbing up the
I
hill.
agree. I agree. It's the law of gravity. And if we turn around, we'll feel like we're being pushed away because we're going downhill.
Of course.
Yeah.
So, natural phenomena.
But I do, I mean, just,
I mean, what I'm feeling right this very second is it feels like it's pushing this way.
Yeah, because the ground's
Right.
tilted.
Right.
You know, you're leaning that way because
Right,
look at
but
how
you
the
feel
slope
anything
goes.
It's not like somebody's like pushing
Cold.
me.
Yeah.
do you feel anything else like internally though, any of you?
I
Besides that?
I feel like I'm climbing
Because
up the
to me it
hill.
feels a little harder to
Catching my
breathe.
breath.
Your breath. But that's because we're walking uphill though too.
We're walking
No.
uphill.
I still
That's
feel
why
like
they
I'm
come
drawn.
here. They
I
want
feel like
you
I'm,
to do it at night so that you don't.
See, you can't tell you're going uphill, yeah.
You cannot tell.
This is known as a gravity hill phenomena, and you can Google that. What it means is that you actually are walking down when you think you're walking up. You're actually walking up when you think you're walking down. One of the reasons is because you can't see the horizon. With a little flashlight, you can only see far enough to protect your steps. But I had a 1,000-watt flashlight. When I used that, it was easy to see where the horizon was. And that's why the caveat is that you have to come out at night. In paranormal investigations, this is referred to as a funhouse effect. I think it's the slope of the hill. I can feel that I'm being pushed backwards, but it's because I'm standing on a slope that you can't tell in the dark.
well, does your ears feel muffled like Jean and mine?
No, not really.
My ears feel
I don't
muffled.
feel any different.
My,
There was no way to convince our friend Laura that this was not paranormal, that it was not ancient Indian spirits, that we were in no danger of being tattooed.
Uncomfortable.
that's what I feel.
But it also feels like
But-
I'm being pulled. It's like I want to go up. I want to go towards it. Is what I feel like.
Yeah,
Energetically.
that does. I can feel that too because it feels like it's pushing. To me, it feels like it's going from here that way, but it's drawing me that way.
Yeah.
Do you feel that at all?
But again, that's because your tendency to try to overcome the slope is to lean towards it and move up it. You know, I mean, we're on a slope. It's a pretty severe slope here.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
slow.
You know,
Look at that.
and there's a hell of a gully there.
That's why they want you to go at night so that you cannot tell if you're
when
walking
I-
uphill.
Just now when I turned around and pulled away though, I felt like I was sad that I was turning away from something.
I really don't expect that any of you are going to go looking for gravity hills nearby you. But if you're planning on being investigators, you need to be aware of this effect because it comes into play a lot in older houses. Older house may have built on ground that's settled. And then when you're standing in the house and you actually think that the floor is level, it's not. It looks level from where you're at. From this, we get a lot of phenomena that we see on television, especially on the shows like Paranormal, Caught on Camera, things like that, where people put a ball down or a marble down and it looks like it's going downhill and it rolls uphill towards them. The whole house may have tilted the other direction. The only way to tell for certain is to bring a level and find out. And the thing is, if you're like us, we don't carry a level with us. You would have to go back and get a level and come and check it out for sure before you posted those results.
I mean, this is a hangout spot, just like any place that people go and hang out. There's going to be things that happen.
Yeah, that's what. Again,
Wind blowing in your face a little. I don't.
it's a pretty strong slope. I think that's all it is.
I mean, you look back there.
Yeah, look how far we've come up. It's a strong slope.
It's a good slope.
I still feel when I turn around and start walking away that I feel sad, like something wants me to come up there.
The reason that we normally do paranormal investigations at night is because the frequency of light that we're using, infrared, can't be seen during the daylight, during broad spectrum, and the fact that there is usually less noise, less car sound, less airplanes, and if you're in a hotel, most people usually go to bed so they can get up and leave before they have to pay another fee. But anytime somebody tells you you have to come out at night, huge red flag. For one thing, there's safety concerns. You have a right to go inspect first.